Wednesdays, everybody. My name is Alex Watrous.
My name is Esther Watrous.
My name is Juji Watrous.
And I'm Alicia Watrous.
And we're here to get you through the week.
We're actually here to remind you what day it is, but close enough.
Ah, come on.
We tried something new and
let
we
me
failed.
do it
Yeah, what did you say?
Okay, guys.
You wanna do that again?
Let me
Yep.
let me start, and this time I'm not going to say last names. I don't know why I threw that in there, but Happy Power Wednesdays, everyone. I'm Alex.
I'm Esther.
What's going on?
I'm Juji.
Oh my. Why did you guys not
And
start?
I'm Alicia.
Alicia, did you hear all that?
I thought it was just going to be me this time, because it always seems like it's just my phone that... I'm telling you, he sounds quiet, too.
He went. This is how he sounded. Hello, this is Pirate Wednesday, and I was like,
Is my phone just like breaking out or something?
yeah, you
You
had
did.
a robot voice, Alex.
Well, can you just
Yeah,
ignore
Yeah.
it for a
it did
second?
that.
in some song.
Okay. All right. Are you ready now? Can we do
Yeah,
it
It's
now?
fine now. It's
Yeah,
fine
I'm
now.
gonna
Just
ignore
start.
it.
Just start
Okay.
over
All right,
again.
start over one more time.
Okay.
Top.
What's really
Yep.
sad is the fact that it's not going to show up on the podcast, so we'd be just laughing at nothing. You would sound absolutely normal.
Exactly.
All right,
so that's
Alicia,
why you need to
we're
ignore
over
it.
Can we just start over?
Happy Pirate Wednesdays. My name is Alex.
My name is Esther.
I'm Juji.
And I'm Alicia.
And we're here to get you through the week.
Nope, we're here to remind you what day it is.
Jesus Christ.
The bloopers are gonna be great.
This is like,
Alex.
what, take 2, take 3.
Alex,
We have a
do
couple
you
false
a
starts.
pen
you,
or
you
paper?
said 3 like 3 times
to
in a
write it
row. I'm
down?
not sure if you remember how to count.
This is such a waste of time, guys.
All right, we'll
And
just
you're
keep
breaking
get you
up
through-
so bad. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, you are too. I'm pretty sure it's on your end, given you're in Vermont.
Can we just keep that? Because I think it sounded good. It just was like Alex.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. All right.
Well, if you guys can compose yourself, we can get through this, and then we can have a good time instead of trying to fixate on
I don't
the
know. I
intro.
think we're enjoying ourselves. Well, so first on the agenda today is one of our classic segments, New This Week. So does anybody have something new that you learned or you did this week that you'd like to share?
I do. So this week I learned something new actually. While I was in Vermont at Alex's party, it was actually like the morning after, and I saw Bailey just laying in a pile of dirt. And she was just,
That's a Vermont dog.
she was just relaxing and, kind of looked a little dead, but like still alive. And then Sam comes over and Sam's like, "Don't let her lay in dirt like that. She could get mango worms." And I was like, "What's a mango worm?" And Sam said that mango worms are like these little bugs that live in dirt, but it's like mostly in Africa. And like what happens is when animals or like pets or whatever lay on the ground on like direct dirt to stay cool or whatever, these like bugs will get into their skin and then lay eggs and then hatch and come out of their skin like worms.
That's in Africa.
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
You just said.
Does Sam realize how far away Africa is from Vermont? Because it's
Listen, you
It's
want to
kinda
question
far.
Sam, question her, but like I learned something new because I had no idea what mango worms were, so.
cool.
And it's kind of
That's still very
interesting, right?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It's terrifying too.
Yeah.
But so
Vermont dirt is fine.
Vermont dirt is nice and clean. Alex, you should make sure that Bailey doesn't have any mango worms.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll like size myself down to the molecular level and like seep into one of her pores and just double check to make sure she's all set.
Oh yeah, very much like a Magic School Bus sort of episode, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Exactly.
Magic school bus.
I learned way more about.
What's your favorite episode?
Oh gosh, what would be my favorite episode of that one? I mean, any of the ones where they shrink down are really cool. The one that always stuck with me was the one where, what was that, like, really annoying, like, curly-haired, redhead kid that always
Arnold,
was complaining.
or I think
Arnold,
so.
yes. Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
They're like Arnold.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so there was one episode where he turns orange, and they can't figure out why. And so he's about to go on stage for something, and so they shrink down to a molecular level, or at least to like a smaller level, and they go through his body and try to figure it out. And it turns out these little like crackers that he had have like seaweed or carrots or something in them. I think it was carrots. And he was eating so many of them because he was so nervous that it turned his skin orange. And so
Yeah,
when
it
I
was
found that out,
carrots.
yeah, no, definitely it had to have been carrots. So there was like carrots involved with it. And so when I found that out, I looked it up, and turns out if you do eat enough carrots, your skin will start to take on an orange hue. And so one day when I was a teen, I decided to try this out to see if I could manage it. And so for an entire meal, I just ate a whole huge bag of baby carrots, and then felt
I
really,
remember that.
really sick, and then gave up on the idea after that because just
Yeah.
for the rest of the day, I was done. That was my day.
We all watched
Yeah,
you
I've-
suffer
I-
that day.
I remember
Yeah.
you eating that bag of carrots.
Yeah, I stole
Yeah,
some
that-
of your carrots.
Yeah, that is why I was trying to turn myself orange. I would have done it too if if it didn't hurt so much.
Alicia, you had so many bright ideas back then, like eating a
I
whole bag
know.
of carrots, dressing up like a pirate, like all these sort of things.
I know. I was full of great ideas. I don't really know what happened. They just all kind of slipped away. All right. So anyone else have some new things they learned or did this week?
Gigi went on a road trip.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I
yeah.
did a lot of new stuff.
Okay. Do you want to be all encompassing as far as road trip in general, or do you want to like? Is there something in specific that you would like to bring up?
I saw the solar eclipse. That was cool. Never done that
So
before.
you
That was
choose you
obvious.
choose the one thing that like pretty much a ton of people got a chance to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in a
I guess
different
you could-
way.
Yeah. I road trip to see it. I mean,
Okay, fair enough. See
there's a
that
ton of
part.
other
see,
things
that's
I
the
could
part
say.
that's
You could-
unique.
I could also say other things.
No,
if
not
you want me
really. A
to.
lot of other people road trip to see it as well, but
Okay,
hey, this
well-
isn't.
I
We're
also
not judging
I-
here, okay? We're just.
I also
No,
saw the world's largest
it
geode.
sounds like we're judging, but we're
Guys,
not.
Gigi's talking.
We're,
also
we're
saw the
busy
world's
judging.
largest. I also saw the world's largest geode.
Hmm.
Oh, well, that's cool.
How was that? Was it good? Gio?
Okay, so it's it's on,
How would you describe your geode-related experience?
It was the world's
gonna use-
largest.
it's
On
on
a
an-
scale
it's on
from
an
1
island.
to 10, what would you rate it?
It's on an island in Ohio. I didn't know.
Wait,
I didn't know
did you
Ohio
just said-
had islands.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you just said Ohio and island in the same sentence, and I don't know that that's ever been spoken before.
Well, it's off. It wasn't it like in Lake Erie or something like that. You said.
Yeah, so there's an island in Lake Erie.
In Ohio?
Yes, in Ohio, and it's a party island apparently. People go there to party a lot. So
Did
we
you-
had to
did
take
you
I had
party?
to take I had to take a ferry to the island. It was at a winery. Yeah, so the world's largest geode. It's like you had to walk underground to see it, and apparently it kept the winery alive during the Prohibition, because they just had tours to see that, and all the other wineries in the area like closed
Oh wow.
because they couldn't sell their wine. It was just like a little cave, and it looked like a giant geode. I don't know. There was like a fake bat in there, and he tried to pretend it was real, and then it really fooled Reed. She really thought it was real too.
What did
But
he
it
do
was
with
like
the bat?
sneak out or yeah.
It was just kind of sitting in the geode, like hanging upside down. I don't know what bats do.
Oh! At first I was thinking like a baseball bat. I don't know why. I already kind of heard the story too, and I still thought it was a baseball bat for some reason.
That doesn't make any
Save-
sense, Alex.
No, it's
Sa-
the animal. So when we got the ticket to go to the geode, they gave us like a ticket for a tour of the winery, and we just kind of didn't go because we didn't feel like it. But they also give us a token to get a glass of wine or a glass of grape juice, and we couldn't get wine, so we got some grape juice. And
Got some great.
so Reed and I went to the counter, and it's like up to my shoulders, and she asked the guy for some grape juice, and he looks to me and he's like, "You want some too, buddy?"
Pal,
Oh my god.
friendo.
But yeah, so I got some grape juice, and it was really good grape juice. It was probably the best grape juice I've ever drank. So we also had like a cheese platter with it.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Sounds good.
That's adorable.
Sounds yummy.
Oh, okay. And then on the way back to the ferry, we had to like walk the way, and like an old couple in a golf cart just kind of like pulled over, and we're like, "Hey, you want to ride?" So we just like hitched a ride in a golf cart.
It's probably because you both look like you're 16, so they're like, "Oh, look at these friendly little kids. Let's give them a ride."
16? Don't you mean 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
16's a little too close to home.
Well, she's
What?
19. There's a very big difference between 16 and 19. Like year-wise, it's only 3 years, but there is a
So I'd
giant
say I
gap.
look like 15, but all right.
Oh, all right, so
What?
kind of close to break even there.
Yeah. What else did I do?
Did you learn anything new on your trip?
Well, I guess that kind of was something I learned. That they were able to stay open during the prohibition.
Yeah, I'd count
What
that.
else? Maybe we'll
Alright,
get
what
back to
about-
this.
Well, I liked Gigi's
You know,
stories.
I did
I'm
too.
sure she'll find more things to relate. But, did you have anything new this week?
So, one of the things that was going to be something new was I was going to see Neil deGrasse Tyson this evening. And so I drove an hour away to Worcester, and I got to Hanover Theater, and I went to the doors, and I'm like, oh, wow, it's kind of dark inside. And so I try to open up the door, and it's locked, and I'm like, oh, well, there's a lot of doors here. Let's try one of the other ones. Nothing. And then I'm like, maybe I'm using the wrong entrance. Like, clearly, it was the main entrance. But I was like, maybe there's another entrance. And so I was looking around a bit, and then I was like, well, all right, well,
Where's my buddy Neil?
yeah,
Where is he?
I'm looking for Neil. And so I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just check the ticket. Even though in my calendar it says it's today, and I've thought it was today for the last month, I'm just gonna go ahead and check my ticket. And I check, and it's the 28th of September. Yep.
Ooh.
Nice.
So yeah.
Hey,
So
but
then I
at
had
least
to
it
just-
wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, or at least it wasn't like a month ago, and you just like totally passed by it.
Oh, that
Waiting
I
for
would
my
be so
concert.
sad. 'Cause I paid decent money for the ticket
What-
too, and then like I really wanted to see Neil.
Yeah, that would be upsetting. What if you went to the door and you're like, "Hey, I'm looking for Neil," and they like brought you to the back room to meet some like random guy who like works there?
So Neil,
He's, like,
this,
trying to
this
sell you
dude was looking
drugs?
for you.
I met Neil today, but not the one I was looking for.
Maybe there was definitely a few homeless people hanging out outside. I was tempted. I was like, hey, have you guys seen Neil around? I'm looking to hang out with Neil.
Yeah, he's in the back eating garbage.
Hey, Neil, some dudes are looking for you.
He's roasting a rat over like a trash can fire.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, Alicia, that was
yeah,
that sucks.
Yep, it does. So
That was a really crappy
Well,
story,
thanks.
and definitely not like
well,
a new
all right.
experience.
Well, thankfully, I had one other new experience. So I actually went scuba diving for the first time this past week.
I know. I saw you,
I
Yeah.
saw pictures of that.
Yep.
but you
That's
went in
what I
a
searched
pool.
Yeah. So so technically, when you go scuba diving, you do have to have a license, or like a certification or something along those lines. And I definitely would like to eventually do that because it was really, really cool. But one of my friends has been doing it since he was a kid, and he's now in his, I think, like mid-50s. And so he was talking the other day about how he had to replace like one of his lines on part of his equipment, and was like, "Would you like to take me sometime?" He's like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah. The area around here is kind of crappy, but I can have you kind of like try it out in the pool and everything. Because like New England water is very murky and it's not like as fun. It's not like going to the Caribbean and going around on like coral reefs or anything. Um, and so he's like, yeah, we can go to my place and you can like try it all out in the pool and everything. So I was like, all right, cool. What are you doing this Tuesday? And he's like, I think I'm free. And we're like, all right, then I guess we're going Tuesday. So sure enough, after work, we both headed out and we met up at his place and I threw on scuba gear and I've was under the water longer than I've ever been before. And it was so, so cool. Like I definitely have to get a chance to do it where there's like fish and coral reefs and just clear, beautiful water because it was just even in a pool it was fun. So I can only imagine it gets so much better when there's like things to actually check out.
See, Elisha, I find it interesting because you went scuba diving last week, and then the week before you went skydiving,
Yep.
and you've just been like doing all these new things, you know. And so now I'm starting to think that you're like starting up your bucket list, like you're one of those old guys from the bucket list.
I'm That was a terrible movie. That was a really boring movie. I like
Well,
both of those actors.
Hey, it had a great cast.
No, it had a
okay?
great
Don't-
cast,
don't
and then
knock
that's why
'em.
it was so disappointing. Cause it wasn't
Well,
that.
I only use that as an
well, you know-
example because that's what you reminded me of. Because you're just
an old
doing all
man.
these things, and I'm like, are you gonna die soon or something? Like, what's up with this?
I hope not. I am only 26. I mean, that does seem a little soon. But hey, if I do, at least I probably already have checked off more things on my bucket list this summer than most people have in the entirety of their life. Skydiving, scuba diving, doing a road trip around the United States, learning
Cello.
chopsticks, cello. I mean, I'm not particularly good at cello, but I've started learning. That sort of counts.
We should just like create a list of like generic experiences, and then it'll be like a dartboard, and you just like close your eyes and throw the dart at the dartboard, and that'll be like your next
No, like-
experience. For the,
Yeah.
for the
If
Do
we
week.
it,
if we
actually.
cut no like I would totally do that. No, like really seriously, if we come up with that, I will follow
Look-
along with that.
Hey, have you
I
ever-
already
Hey,
I
have
already
you,
looked up running with the bulls.
have you ever put on one of those suits and it had those police dogs attack you while you tried to run away?
What?
I
Well, it's coming up.
Next episode,
Oh god.
all the best life experiences.
I can think of a few things Elisha can do for the first time.
All right, what are some cool things? Or what it's gonna end up being something depressing, like be successful at something. Just something very
Elisha,
passive
you gotta wait
aggressive.
for the bulletin board.
Okay. All right.
You can
So
see
you're
the
gonna
world's
make me a
largest
bulletin
geode.
board?
and have a taste of their wine.
Juju's been there, done that.
Yeah, that's definitely a generic life goal. Is the world's largest geode. I forget how many people have that on their bucket list.
I still need to see the biggest ball of twine in
Oh, there you
Minnesota.
go.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Simply just because of the Weird Al song.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh, actually, you know what's going on soon?
What's going on soonish?
But I'm totally not going to be able to go to. It's in September, I think, like early
Mhm.
September. They're showing they're actually in one of the theaters, like I think in either Boston or Providence or
Mhm.
something. They're doing a showing of Weird Al's film from the 80s. I'm gonna screw this up. A UHV.
Yeah,
I think?
Providence.
The one about
They're doing that in
yeah,
Providence
and,
at the
and
Columbus
he's
Theater.
gonna be there, and there's gonna be a Q&A
Yeah.
after they watch the film, and I was like, what? I was like, that's so.
I thought about
cool,
buying
but
tickets to that.
I'm sure it's sold out already, but
I don't know. Weird Al's kind of one of those. I think he has like pockets of like a big fan base, but I don't know. I think it really could be a pretty big toss up whether or not it's completely sold out or there's still plenty of seats. Maybe I'll look into that because I when I was there a month or two ago for the Mountain Goats concert, I saw the signs for that, and it definitely crossed my mind to buy tickets for it. Alex,
I can hear you now.
cool.
Okay,
You
what'd you
wanna
learn
tell
and do?
something? Yeah, you want to tell us something you knew you learned or did this week?
Oh shoot, I don't know.
I can think of something that you did that's new that you've never done before. Big hint.
Oh, okay. So this is gonna be
it
mine.
has-
It's kind of lame.
has
You
4
guys
wheels
still hear me, right?
and drives safely up to Vermont.
Shoot. I'm losing you
Huh?
again. I don't know why. I literally have not moved. Yeah, Elisha started talking, and then it just cut out, and I didn't know what he was saying. So.
Yeah, we thought you started talking and then you cut out. So
Well, I did for a second. So let me just roll
Uh,
back. Okay, so my new thing this week was kind of boring, but still interesting and new. I actually went and traded in Claudia's old car, well, 2012 car, for a different one because it just wasn't gonna work out for Vermont. So my new experience was kind of going to the dealer and making a deal with them getting a new car. Something I've never done before. It's kind of like a new, scary, nerve-wracking experience. You know, you go there and you're like, I knew what car we wanted and what we were looking for, but, you know, you're not sure if you're really going to get a good deal, and then they try to, like, you know, sell you the newest and the greatest and all that, so, okay. So you didn't hear my story, did you?
I did. Well, I heard that you bought a new car, and that was an interesting and sort of scary experience. Was there anything else to it that I didn't just mention?
No, that's pretty much it.
Well,
it was
if
a
we
good
can keep
car.
It is. It is actually a really nice car. I didn't get a chance to ride in it yet, but it looked nice from the outside.
I had to ride in
and
it
looks
like
it'll
3
hold up.
hours. It was great.
Well,
Yeah? Was it nice in the back?
Yeah.
It's a little less roomy than you'd think from like an SUV, but it's the sport version, so it's a little bit smaller than the regular version.
Alright, so next segment that we're going to do is a reoccurring one that we have going on, which is Blank Explains Blank. And on this week of Blank Explains Blank, we have Alex explaining contouring.
I feel like we skipped someone with this one. Why am I
Well-
the next one again?
Well,
See,
'cause it
you
doesn't
see,
go in any
Elisha's a
particular-
know-it-all, so that's why we skip him because he just knows everything.
No,
Or at
no,
least he
I've
thinks
told
he
I've
does.
I've told you guys to come up with some stuff for me because the thing is I come
I'm
up
not
with a
too
lot
sure
I
of
about
don't
that
know
one.
what you don't know.
Listen, I will
No,
have
no,
one
okay,
for
so
Elisha
I
next
ca-
week.
Good, because this is how it's laid out. So basically, Esther and Alex are very specialized in what they know, and so because of that, there are certain things that they definitely don't know. Juji knows everything, and it's very, very hard to come up with something that she hasn't dabbled in at some point. And then with me, because I'm coming up with the questions, I can't come up with something that I don't know, because then I
Listen,
know
Juji-
about the fact
Juji
that I
doesn't
don't
know what
I don't know
contouring
everything. I don't
is.
know anything about cars. I don't know anything about
Oh no,
sports.
trust.
Joey, do you know what
Trust me,
contouring
Juge.
is?
I have a list of things that I have finally figured out with the help of Esther that you don't know anything about. Oh, the help of Esther, and I think with the help of Reed, and
All right.
of things that you don't know about that I will eventually have you explain. But for this
All
week,
right.
we're gonna have Alex explain contouring.
Okay, so contouring. I don't really know what there is much to talk about with contouring. I know it revolves around makeup
Yeah.
and the use of makeup and the technique used. So basically using bright or darker values to kind of shape the cheekbones and the sides of the face to give either probably more of a slim look to the face to kind of trick other people's eyes into seeing shadows that aren't quite there or lines that may not exist to give a contour to the face. Obviously,
was
a lot
a-
of celebrities use it to look pretty. I don't think many men use contouring, but you know that doesn't exclude all of
You
them.
gotta get that jawline, Alex.
I think they do. I know drag queens use it.
Well, yeah, because
Drag-
drag
that's-
queens, to get the more feminine like appearance with contouring, you can kind of have a lot more control over how your face appears.
True, you can create more of a slim sort of less wide jawline, or or technically you probably could do the opposite of that. I'm not really an expert on it, obviously. I don't really know much about it. You know what would be funnier is if you guys forced me to try to contour someone's face. Wouldn't be great
Oh,
for a
God.
podcast, but it certainly would be amusing to watch.
Can you contour my face?
Yeah, right. Good luck.
Try to make it
no, we totally have to
Make
do
me
it like a
look
YouTube
pretty.
exclusive. Oh man, this has to happen. We have to do like a YouTube exclusive for
Oh, boy.
Heart Wednesdays of Alex contouring Esther's face.
I'm
She's gonna
I'm
look
gonna,
like a
like,
Picasso. Like
I'll
a
purposely
cubist.
go out and buy like a clown makeup kit or like a just regular paint.
just paint. Makeup's too expensive.
Okay, but you
Like-
forgot
like
the
body
most
paint?
important part of contouring called
Okay, what is it?
blending.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Because you can make the sharp, you can make the sharp areas, but if you don't blend it correctly, then it just looks like you don't want contouring to look like you've been contouring. You want it to be blended in well, so it looks naturally like you have those shadows.
Alicia knows
Otherwise
from
it just-
experience.
Of
Yep.
course, of course.
Yep. How do you think I look
course.
gorgeous all the time? From contouring. It's my secret. And it's my secret I'm sharing with you.
My secret is the highlight.
You know, men have a natural contouring technique. It's called growing out or trimming your facial hair.
That is true. I would think
Oh.
loosely actually wrap that in with contouring. You're right.
Wait,
Is it-
Alex
it
is
makes a big
saying
difference.
this. Alex is
I
saying
mean,
this.
If you
Big-
think about it, if say you grew out your beard, you're like literally like creating like volume to your face by
Volume
like
and
growing out
shape
your
and-
mustache.
yeah.
Yeah,
Alex,
exactly.
Alex, you actually did lose weight though. It wasn't
Yeah,
your
no.
beard.
Yeah, it's not your beard.
No.
So
no,
for
it wasn't my
everyone out
beard, I'm telling
there,
you.
listen, for everyone out there, I saw Alex this weekend and he looked really, really thin. Like he had lost like 100 pounds.
Okay, that's an exaggeration.
All right,
Yeah,
but
that's definitely
anyways,
exaggeration. But
Maybe, like,
he definitely looks.
5.
This is the like first time in a long time that he's weighed about the same much amount as I have. It's like been forever because I've always been the small twiggy one, largely because the food allergies and such. But
well, I go up to Alex and I say, Alex, you look really thin. He's like, yeah, I shaved my beard. I was like, nah, that's not what I was talking about, but okay.
it's beard contouring, Esther.
It's beard
Slimming
contouring.
down.
Get into it.
All right. So on our last segment of today, we actually have another listener question. So this is from a friend of mine, Paul DeBerry, I think is how you say his last name. If I said it wrong, whatever. He won't care. So his listener question is, if Superman has super breath, how powerful are his farts?
He's
How
got that ice
powerful
breath
are
thing,
his
right?
hearts? Do you mean his lungs?
His farts.
Oh.
Like if he has super breath, so he's able to like blow on things. The thing with Superman is they basically gave him every power. Like he has ice breath, he has just powerful breath, he has laser eyes, his super strength, he can fly, he can dodge bullets.
Well, I
he
think
can be shot by
think they're
bullets.
I think they're powerful enough that they can sort of shoot him up into the air.
Do you know what?
know?
I never thought about that. Maybe that's how Superman flies. It's just this very long fart.
I think he's definitely had some really awkward times in the office.
Well, yeah, it makes sense because they gave him a cape. What do they expect him to just kind of fly with a cape? Like the cape doesn't help you fly. The cape just makes you look cool. It's the farts
Yeah,
that
no,
help you
it-
fly.
Exactly. I think
Every
Juju's
time
onto
he
something though.
lifts off to fly, he has to fart really loud.
I think Juju's right though. When he's in the office, he must have just like this permanent hole in his chair. Cause like I mean, there's no way you go through the whole day at work and not get at least a little bit gassy. And so he just probably like his
Well,
chair.
Either
is
that
probably
or he
just
holds it
destroyed on
in.
the regular.
So he
Oh,
holds
God.
it in until he gets home, and then he lets it out at home.
That's
And he probably has like some large holes in that place
I-
that he lives. What is
I think-
what is
I
it called?
think-
He probably produces flames from his farts. And I'm pretty sure his
No,
home is like made out of ice or something, so like that wouldn't be good.
I think Juji's right. I mean, he could definitely hold on to it. He's like the strongest man alive, right? So his colon has to be like the strongest colon then, right?
what if it was only his exterior and like maybe muscles that were like super strong, and then like everything else was normal, and so his normal human strength colon had to deal with these super farts.
Well,
It'd be
that would make
terrible.
him a lot less like strong. Like you could, like I don't know.
Ruin
there's
him with
other-
some
Just-
Taco
so
Bell.
he would just have
Yeah,
normal
that's what I'm
farts. Like,
Like I don't remember there being a Superman issue where like Superman gets a UTI and can't like fight crime anymore or something.
yeah, I think he's
Well, to be fair, it's not
And-
as common for dudes to get
He doesn't,
UTIs,
like-
but maybe.
he doesn't like get cancer or something in like one of the comics.
If only
does
my
he? Does he?
insides were as strong as my outsides.
I don't remember any issues where he's gotten cancer, but because he also uses
Also-
the rays of the sun to like make him stronger. So
Back
Wh-
to
what
an
about a-
Esther thought. Back to an Esther thought. You said hearts. Like, what if he does have multiple hearts? Like the Doctor. Doesn't the
Oh.
Doctor have 2 hearts or something? I don't know.
Does
don't
he
know
have
what
an
Doctor
appendix? Do,
I
do
believe he has
people
2
from
hearts. I
that
don't think it's
planet
any more
have
than that.
appendixes?
Because he's an
Appendices?
alien, like the Doctor. So
They are both aliens. That is true.
Wait, I have one more question.
Yeah, certainly.
Alicia, tell me about Ricky.
About Ricky?
Yes. You know who I'm talking about, Ricky.
Oh, well, it's actually better off if Alex tells you about Ricky. Alex, do you want to tell us about Ricky? Your new neighbor?
Well, I was taking Bailey for a walk one morning, and I came home to see a raccoon pretty close to our house, like right underneath our deck.
What
And he
time
just
of
kind of
day
looked.
was this?
Oh, this was the daytime. It was not a
Oh.
night walk. It was a morning walk. So I was like a little worried because normally you don't see raccoons because they're nocturnal. So I had to look that up. I was like, oh shoot, I hope he doesn't have like rabies or something. But yeah, he's just kind of stared at us. Well, actually, he didn't notice us at first. He was a little scraggly kind of guy. I didn't notice that at first, but then I made some noise and he looked at us and he just kind of looked unfazed and not scared whatsoever. So that got me worried because I'm thinking, oh no, like what if he like lunges at us? And that's sort of just maybe an unrealistic fear, but they do kind of freak me out because they've got the thumbs and everything. So he just kind of moseyed on and did his own thing, and I watched him, and he went like straight for our shed and just like waddled in. And I was like, okay, like, does he think he owns the place now or something? So after that, I was like, all right, well, I'll keep an eye out on the shed. I had some trash in there, and I was like worried he was gonna like rip the bag open and make a mess. So I paid attention all morning, looking to see if maybe he was like in there, like, causing mischief. And it turns out he didn't touch anything in there. He was just sleeping in there because later in the afternoon, I'm sitting out having lunch, and I see him waddling out of the yard again, coming straight out of the shed. So he must have just went in there and had a nap or something. But that was after I had read up on raccoons during the day, and determined that unless he was acting very like sporadically, there's a good chance he didn't have rabies. So I think he was just old and senile, and didn't know where he was or what was going on.
Ricky.
So we decided to name him Ricky because everyone loves a good name like Ricky the raccoon.
Yeah, a little bit of
But
alliteration.
I haven't seen
it
him
goes
since
a long way.
that. That's true. It's true. I haven't seen him since that day, which is good. But we'll see. We'll see how the story, the epic, continues.
Yeah, no, there definitely
Poor
needs to
little
be
Ricky
updates
might
on
have
this.
to be exiled. He might get exiled from the property if things get too out of hand. I certainly don't want Bailey to get bit by a raccoon.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be great. They're about the same size, but since Ricky has thumbs, I think he has the advantage.
Definitely has the upper hand.
I mean, with thumbs, he could grab. All he has to do is grab like a broom or something, and then Bailey would be doomed.
But doesn't
Bailey
she just
hates
bark
cleaning
at the
supplies.
broom?
She does, but
So
like
she'll probably just attack.
no, I think so. If she's upset enough, she'll attack something. But for the most part, I think with brooms, like she's more afraid of them than they are of her.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's a broom.
All right. Well, I believe that concludes our 8th episode, which is crazy. So I'd like to thank our mom and Uncle Richie for listening in, as always. Esther, want to let the people at home know where they can find us and how they can send in questions and suggestions.
Yeah, alright, you can find us on Twitter at Pirate Wednesday without the S, Instagram Pirate Wednesdays with the S, Facebook Pirate Wednesdays, YouTube Pirate Wednesdays, and you can ask us questions on Twitter at Pirate Wednesday and at piratewednesdays@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate and subscribe on, I think we're on iTunes now?
It should
We
be.
certainly are.
We're on
according to Reed.
iTunes, we are on SoundCloud and YouTube.
All right, perfect. Now, typically at this part of the episode, I like to promote a local creator of some sort, whether it's an artist or just some various friend who has some type of creative project. This week, I've currently run a little short on ideas, but on the same places that you can contact us for questions, if you have something that you'd like to promote or get a little word out, I mean, we only have 2 listeners, but I can certainly tell our 2 listeners about it. So please contact us either through Twitter at Pirate Wednesday or at gmail.com, or our Gmail address, so piratewednesdays@gmail.com, or even our Facebook address at Pirate Wednesdays as well. Beyond that, Juji, do you want to sign us off?
And don't forget to shave your belly with a rusty razor.